So with that, I'd like to start by having all of you turn and face each other. And you won't be making physical contact with your partner just yet. And once you're seated facing one another, point to your own left eye and then look into your partner's left eye. And then you can lower your hands down to the sides. As you look into your partner's left eye, just begin to drop the persona, drop the face mask. We all wear a mask, whether we're conscious of it or not. There's a persona, a facade, a mood, a temperament, habitual ways of relating and thinking. Just begin to let that all go. And as you do this well, you can almost feel your sinuses beginning to open and unlock as you relax any tension, the subtle tension that gets held in the face, in the mask of the face. Also begin to let your eyes soften and relax. As you soften your gaze, imagine as if you could see into your partner's eye and see beyond it, like you're looking out over the horizon. And begin to see the life force behind their eye. There's a subtle distinction, subtle essence of life inside of the eye. And I want you to see that now in your partner. And as you do, use it as a doorway to feel into this person's heart. Feel how they're doing right now in this moment. And as you look into them, feel the impact this year has had on them. Where have they been this year? What have they endured? What hardships have they faced? And as you see this part in your partner, begin to deepen your breath. So as you inhale, you can feel your lower belly inflating like a balloon. And as you exhale, gently draw your lower belly in. As you breathe out, and continue now offering your breath as an extension of your presence to your partner. And as you deepen your breath, begin to synchronize your breath with your partner, such that as your partner inhales, you inhale. As your partner exhales, you exhale. As you continue to breathe with your partner, doing your best to track their breath and matching their tempo. You might notice you need to slow your breath down or speed your breath up in order to do this. Make that adjustment. The two of you are going to meet in the middle. And as you breathe, breathe deeply enough that your partner can tell when you're breathing. As you breathe, begin to unlock your hips. So your hips begin to subtly move with the breath. As you inhale, Your hips rock forward. As you exhale, your hips rock back.
An easy way to think about this is, what if your hips allowed more belly breath? How would they move to let the breath spill down easier? How would they move to kick the exhale up the spine? When we begin to get our hips moving, it becomes much easier to take those full breaths. It's like your hips can unlock things that are blocking and tightening the diaphragm.
Sexual energy lives in the lower body. When your hips are locked, you will have less access to your sexual energy. The moment will feel less sexual to you, so long as your hips are locked. The moment the hips are unlocked, you bring your lower body online in a different way. You begin to include your lower body in this experience, and that is necessary and vital in order to conjure, to create, to evoke intimate energy in your relationship. So as you continue to breathe with your partner, be mindful. As you inhale, feel your belly fill like a balloon, saturating the pelvic floor with sensation and feeling. And as you exhale, gently draw your lower belly in, feeling that subtle pelvic rock. And if the pelvic rock feels good to you, follow the pleasure that you feel. So how could you incorporate the pelvic rock in a way that actually feels pleasurable to you? But as you do it, stay connected to your partner's breath. Don't lose track of your partner.
You might notice that if you are breathing too fast, it will be hard to keep the pelvis involved. Pelvis is a wonderful way to naturally slow yourself down into a very sexually saturating breath. Slowing yourself down into a sexually saturated breath that will involve that pelvic floor.
Now, when you can feel your partner's breath in sync with yours, raise your hand so your partner knows that you can feel their breath. And if you can't feel your partner's breath yet, begin to adjust your own breath, your own body, to try and find theirs. Don't just simply wait for them to get it right. You begin to meet the moment and adjust. It's like you're trying to find each other in the breath.
If you're solidly with each other, you can lower your hands. And can you begin to enjoy this connection at the level that it's occurring? Maybe adding a lot of awareness to track. Once you've hooked into each other, could you sink into that a little bit? This is your date night. We are doing a yoga, but you don't have to worry about having fun and loving it. It doesn't have to be serious. It can be delicious when it's delicious. And it could be painful when it's painful. We're here for all of it.
And now, women, just take a moment to notice how present this man feels to you right now. So here he is, offering his attention, offering his breath, offering his body. And as you feel into your own body, women, notice how present he feels to you. And you're going to offer him one number, 1 through 10, based on how present he feels. So 1 means not present at all. 10 means this is the most present you've ever felt anyone. So women, being honest with your feedback, offering one number now. And then men, taking a breath, breathe whatever number she gave you in, whether it was high, whether it was low. Receive it. And now, women, you're going to offer this man one piece of feedback, something he could do right now that would have him feel more present to you, that would draw him in, to make him feel present like the lover you're yearning to have meet you there. What could he do with his eyes? Does he need to smile? Does he need to deepen his breath? Does he need to soften his eyes or relax his jaw? Does he need to sit up straighter? So, women, one adjustment this man can make, you're going to say, what I would need is, begin. And men begin making that adjustment, and women offering number feedback in real time. So, moment to moment, women keep offering him numbers 6, 6, 7, 3. Let the numbers be honest. Men continue to adjust. And men, if you're just getting the same number again and again and again, try something significantly different. Don't become stuck. Switch it up if you're getting the same number again and again and again and again. Switch it up. Don't become like solid stone. Stay aware. Stay responsive. Stay conscious, moment to moment, man. And women, keep offering numbers. And women, as you offer those numbers, when you speak the number, speak it with your body. So there's a big difference between 6, 7, 10, 3, and feeling those numbers as you say them.
This whole night, we're going to be practicing letting our heart come through our words and our movements and our sounds. So you could start here with these numbers. Can they communicate your heart? Truly how your heart is feeling.
And women, bringing the numbers to silence, but continue breathing with this man. So now you've adjusted him. He's made some adjustment now. Notice if he's more present or less present. Maybe you brought him in the right direction. Maybe it feels like it's falling off the tracks. Just notice. And now, women, you're going to bring one more piece of feedback. What else could you ask of him that would authentically make him feel more present to you now? And women, you're going to say, what I would need is. And men, make the adjustment and then continue with this breath with the adjustment. So remember, the breath is the backbone of your practice. The breath is the foundation of your practice, man. So continue to breathe with her as you make this adjustment. And now, women, offering numbers 1 through 10. Let him know.
Trust your heart.
Women keep offering numbers. And women bringing your numbers to silence and now responding to him just with your body and breath. So let your body and breath communicate your numbers. So, how do you show him a 9 or a 10 with your body and breath? What part of you softens, shows appreciation? What part of you expresses a 3 or a 4 when he loses it? How do you show him that without closing your heart to him, without giving up on him, but inviting him back into presence with you?
To be able to show him how he's affecting you, you need to be able to feel how he's affecting you. So make sure you're continuing to breathe. Otherwise, this all becomes cognitive and it's leading to nothing sexy. Keep breathing and feeling how this man's presence is impacting you, your heart, your freedom of expression, your body, your turn on, your feelings of being loved or seen. Learn how to feel yourself without losing connection to him.
And women, if this man feels more present to you now than he did when the practice began, raise your hand so he knows. Raise your hand so he knows this is what he would need to do in order to feel like a more masterful lover to you. So, men, notice what you're doing now, and this becomes your starting point for practice. And women, you can lower your hands, continuing to breathe with your partner, receiving his breath. And now, men, it's your turn to draw her into a deeper state of presence with you. So, men, as you continue to offer everything she asked for, you're not going to stop giving her what she asked for. You're still bringing that. But now it's your turn. What is it that you would need, men, to feel her more present with you right now? You could say, what I would need is for you to slowly move your toes and your feet and let the breath saturate your lower body as you breathe. What I would need is for you to look at me feisty, like you want to scratch me and tear into me. What I would need, so men, what's one thing you would need right now? What I would need is begin. And now, women, as you begin to make that adjustment, notice if it feels vulnerable to do what he asked and just feel that. But just begin to now offer it in your own way, women. And as you offer it, continue to breathe with him. It's like you're starting it with your breath. So find what he asked for in the way that you breathe. And then let it from your breath ripple out and become part of your limbs, your fingertips, your toes. Let it beam that quality through your eyes at him, women. Radiate that quality towards him. And men, begin offering numbers moment by moment to let her know how present she feels to you now. And men, begin offering numbers now.
How do you bring this adjustment through the truth of your heart, where he can feel all of you, embodying whatever he requested? He's here for your heart expressed through every part of your body. How do you let him see into you through what he requested? You don't have to be in a good place. This isn't about performing. This is about letting him in. That's where we feel met, is when we let each other in.
Now, men, bringing numbers to silence and continue to guide her with your breath. So if you've lost your breath by giving numbers, return to the breath and continue to guide her with your breath. And how can you breathe in a way that shows your number? So how do you breathe a 10? How do you breathe a 5? A 5 that encourages her to bring more.
And women, once again, let the mask drip off the face. This isn't about you performing. Let the mask drip and authentically find the peace he asked for. Like the river that runs through you.
And now, men, feeling how present she is with you now. Maybe she feels more present, maybe she feels less. So just notice where she is. And now, what's one more thing you can ask for, men, that would have her feel more present to you now, that would draw her deeper into this moment with you now? So, men, you're going to share with her what I would need is one thing. And women, let his heart, or let his request drop into the center of your heart and feel it in your own body. And then begin to make it your own and feel it bubbling up from your belly, coming through your heart, breathing with that piece of feedback, and then letting it ripple out down your arms, down your legs, to your toes, to your eyelashes, to your lips, to your eyes, and just begin beaming that quality at him. And men, now offering numbers 1 through 10, how present does she feel to you? Offering number. Offering number.
What could you soften? What kind of doing, or trying, masking, or hiding could you soften for the sake of the love that you have for your partner, for yourself, and for your life? What could you soften to let love move you right now in the shapes that he inspired through his feedback?
And now, men, bringing numbers to silence, but continue to breathe with her and just feel what you created by bringing your piece of feedback, staying with her through this practice. As your partner inhales, you inhale. As your partner exhales, you exhale. As you continue breathing with your partner, staying connected eye to eye, breath to breath, keep bringing the qualities your partner asked for. So men, you're bringing the qualities she asked for. Women, you're bringing the qualities he asked for. And like an artist, play with them, paint with them, draw with them. Explore with them.
Melt with them.
The moment you notice yourself freezing up is the moment intimacy starts to die, gets choked. The way you keep intimacy flowing is you allow the movement and expression in your body to keep flowing. As long as there's movement, as long as there's flow, intimacy can be present, it can come online. But if you become stuck or frigid, stop breathing, it chokes off intimacy. So be aware of that as you just continue to offer these qualities to your partner now. And your movement could be subtle. It's just the subtle shifting of your hips as you breathe. It doesn't need to be overt at all, but there's an aliveness to you. Your breath is filling your belly, your womb, your genitals. Your body's alive, dynamic.
Willing to connect.
And now letting this become the foundation of your practice, feeling what you've created, this is your starting point. And we're going to add just one layer on top of this. So if you start to feel fatigued or faded, notice that. Relax a part of you, but continue to practice through. That's what makes this a yoga. So if you feel stretched at any point, that's part of this practice. But don't stop practicing once you feel that edge. Lean into it, relax into the edge. Keep breathing. Keep drawing more presence out of your partner. Keep inviting your partner to be more present with you. Moment to moment. Breath to breath. Now, men, as you keep breathing her, place all of your attention on her and her body. See her body. Look into her eyes, and most importantly, see her heart. See the woman in front of you. See her emotions right now and how she's feeling right now. See the parts of her you adore or cherish or appreciate. See the truth in her heart, whatever that is. And women, allow this man to see into you. And as you do, women, soften into the back line of your spine. And this will soften the front surface of your body and open your heart. And let him see into your heart. As you breathe, the inhale should feel like it's opening your heart. Each inhale, your heart is dilating, and you're opening it, letting him see into it. And women, as you do this, place your attention on your own heart, on your own body, and notice how you're feeling right now, women. Maybe you're feeling ecstatic. Maybe you're feeling frustrated. Maybe you're feeling numb. Maybe you're feeling delighted, ecstatic, playful. Maybe you're just feeling seen. So men, your attention is on her. Women, your attention is on you in your heart. And as you both continue to breathe, we're now going to transition into I see, I feel practice. So don't lose what you've just created in presence. So keep bringing these qualities of presence. And women, you're going to begin by saying, I feel da, 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 only speaking on the exhale. And then men, you're going to say, I see da, 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 only speaking on the exhale. And you're going to go back and forth with each other. So women, you're going to begin taking the breath into your body, staying present with them. As you exhale, I feel. Men, take that next breath with her. And then men, you'll respond by saying, I see.
If you've just arrived, a reminder to sync your breath before you begin. If you've been with us, a reminder to sync your breath as you go. Practice is always built upon syncing the breath.
And women, you're sharing, I feel. Men, you're saying, I see. Women, you're feeling into your own body and heart. When you say, I feel, you're just revealing the truth. And men, you're seeing into her heart, seeing into the woman in front of you, letting her know what you see. Continue to breathe deeply with your partner. That's what allows this energy to stay intimate, to become more sexually charged. When we lose the depth of breath, we lose the depth of connection that creates intimacy. So continue to breathe with your partner.
In the same way that we moved at the speed of the pelvic rock, in the I feel we move at the speed of the breath. If you forget the breath, it'll become talking to each other. No more making love of any kind. So make sure you're moving at the speed of the breath. The breath does not get forgotten.
And women, you're saying, I feel. Men, you're saying, I see. Softening the front surface of your body. Using your inhale to help open and soften your throat. To open and soften your chest. Open and soften your belly. With each breath, it's like the center of your body's hollowing out. Becoming more subtle as it becomes more full.
Women, you can place your body in any position that allows it easier for you to feel and breathe.
And women, if at any moment you're inspired to touch him, you're welcome to, but men, you're not touching her. So women, if you're inspired to touch, you can touch, but men, you're not touching. And women, I feel, men, I see. Final minute. What else?
How do you let him in with your feels? How do you truly let him into what's going on in your heart? Penetrating the surface, relating into the depths of love in these final seconds. Very good adjustments. Yes.
And men and women, bringing your feedback to silence, but continue to stay connected, eye to eye, breath to breath.
Excellent. Keep
And
letting him see your heart.
if you're physically touching him, women, over the next 30 seconds, slowly begin to remove all physical contact. And continue to stay connected, eye to eye, breath to breath. And women now adjusting into a neutral seated position in front of this man. And men, you're going to share with her first one thing that she brought to this practice that served you most. Something she did that was a real gift for you during this practice. And men, you're going to say to her, what served me most was. And women, take a breath and hear that. Let those words in. Receive what he said and make note of it. Download it into your nervous system. Let it transform you. And now, women, you're going to share with him one thing that served you most that he brought to this practice. And you're going to say, what served me most was. And men, take a deep breath in and receive what she said. Make note of it. Let the words download into your nervous system. Remember them viscerally.